Claudette, how iti?
Tēnā koe, Mr Speaker. The New Zealand Mission Trust Board Empowering Bill, this private bill in the name of Māori Party MP Te Ururo Flavel, the National Party, will be supporting this bill to a select committee. And what we are effectively doing here is amending a century-old trust. And we've heard the story of the New Zealand Mission, as well as Samuel Marsden. And when I hear the name of Samuel Marsden, I recall an area in Sydney, in Parimata, New Zealand Road, where Samuel Marsden had his market gardens. He had a mission there and he established an agricultural college there, and a lot of our rangatira were encouraged to send their boys there to learn how to grow kai, as though we at that time did not know how to grow kai. However, three of our tamaiti, our rangatahi from Ngāpuhi, were sent to the mission, Samuel Marsden's mission in Parimata, New Zealand Road. And it was during a time where the influenza was running rampant through Australia, and our rangatahi there caught the flu. Three of our rangatahi, to cool themselves off, placed their feet in the Parimata River, and subsequently they passed away. It wasn't until quite a few months later that their parents were told of their passing. However, unfortunately, they were never brought home. Whether their parents at the time, their papa or their mama, wanted them returned home or not, I'm not sure. However, in the mid-90s, a very large ope, thanks to Wairua Tapu Church in Sydney, were invited by the council in Sydney to bless the area before the building on the site was demolished, and then the area would be turned into a car park. And so Wairua Tapu arranged a very large ope with the Māori Women's Welfare League, and the Māori Council brought iwi from Aotearoa over there to bless the area. What they thought would take a few hours, in fact, took almost 48 hours. Obviously, they had a break. But they felt that the area was so deep and rich in our history and our wairua that they weren't able to leave with it being blessed to the extent that they thought it needed to be done. And so that is part of our connection with the Mission Trust, was not just around this, around Aotearoa, but it extended its arm right across the Tasman to Poihākina as well too. And so with the assistance of Samuel Marsden, we also have a very deep connection to the Kranananara people who are over in Poihākina. So this, though, however, as I said, the New Zealand Mission Trust is a remnant of the first missionaries in the 19th century, and I think that this deed, the original deed, and I would like to congratulate Te Ururo Flavel, the MP, for his generosity in stating that it was a deed of its time, and this bill, therefore, is a bill of its time, its relevance and its pertinence today. We've also got to remember that this bill is not a precedent, and in fact there was something very similar in 1986. A similar issue arose with money and investments derived from lands held by the Mission Trust in Port Waikato. It was to be transferred to Ngāti Karewa and Ngāti Tahinga, and the result was the New Zealand Mission Trust Board Port Waikato Maraetai Empowering Act of 1986. With this bill, the return of the land is highly significant to the hapu of Ngāti Tapu and Ngai Tamarawaho. The hapu say it will re-establish the connection to the awa, to the water, provide income to the hapu. And as my colleague said, it comes the 150th anniversary of Gate Pa. Kia ora.
I call Lewis Wall.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's my pleasure and privilege to speak on this New Zealand Mission Trust Board